Yeah.
In the next section, Ratzinger seems to take on Ernst Bloch.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you could offer a few comments on why Bloch's understanding of history and future, maybe future is the
Hmm.
better term,
Hmm.
why those militate against a proper Catholic understanding.
Yeah. Well, his relationship with Bloch is interesting because they were both academics at the same university for a period of time. And he even went to some kind of salon, some soiree sort of event where Bloch was present. And it's really hard to imagine those two in the same room together. But Bloch was a Marxist, and so his concept of truth was that it's something we construct.
Mm,
It's not something given. And his concept of hope was sort of all tied up with technology. And there's that famous quotation where he says, that the cathedrals of the future will be laboratories. And he actually says that I'm just trying to remember that oh, that's right, that the new basilicas will be like electricity plants, and Ratzinger just thinks this person does not only not understand truth, but he doesn't understand beauty either. And in the Catholic intellectual tradition, the transcendental property of beauty is often linked to the theological virtue of hope, you know, and um, beauty gives us hope, and Bloch was like Mr. kind of like just putting all of his faith in science and technology and thinking that somehow some futuristic scientific world was going to liberate the human person
mm.
from all of their problems. And this is in what he based his hope. And he actually thought that there was some link between beauty and technology. And that kind of conception,
Yeah. Mm.
couldn't be further, not only from Ratzinger, you could say it couldn't be further from Goethe. It's,
Oh.
it's, it's, it's just, it's sort of planet Pluto sort of perception,
Sure.
but
Well,
it
it
was
seems,
influential.
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just, in the era of the 1960s and the 1970s, Marxism was extremely popular in German universities.
It seems like for something to be properly hoped for, it needs to be out of the reach of man according to
Mhm.
our own powers. If it's
Mhm.
something that I can achieve with a little more diligence or just a little luck, then
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like that's actually hope.
No,
And I
that's
think
right.
Ratzinger identifies this in other places. I was reading, I took full advantage, by the way, Dr. Rowland, of the $2 back issue Communio sale this summer. I walked
Right.
away with a treasure trove of intellectual reading. Somewhere in
Okay.
here is an issue from maybe 15 years ago where Ratzinger's uh, article on hope, it's called On Hope, is republished. So he had written it at some time in the past. It's in the Retrieving the Tradition section. And I
Mhm.
recall that Bloch figures largely into that article as well. Um,
Yes.
and I, again, if I'm not mistaken, it has been a little while since I read it. He Ratzinger identifies hope as something that is beyond man's reach. So if I can
Mhm.
do it in some
Mhm.
conceivable future, then it's
Yes.
not actually something I can hope for. Hope is properly in God and in
Mhm.
His promises and His abilities, which clearly transcend ours. But
Mhm.
so for Marxists such as Bloch, it's not really hope.
No.
It's techne. It's maybe
Yes.
it's perfection of man's skills and just a little more time and a little more patience.
Yeah.
But that like you said, that misses the mark and couldn't be further from Catholicism or Romanticism for that matter.
Yeah.
Um,
And
all
I
right,
think,
let's.
I think,
Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was just going to say in Spe Salvi, which is Pope Benedict's encyclical on the theological virtue of hope. I think one of the people he's really gunning for there is Bloch also. But it's more generally, he is critical of what he calls the mutation of the understanding of hope as a theological virtue into some political project. And I think in making those criticisms, he's not only being critical of the Marxists, he's also being critical of theologians like Johann Baptist Metz and some of the liberation theologians who similarly seem to be placing their hope in politics and technology, rather than the Trinity.
So on the bottom of 661, I think this is where, if I'm following correctly. Ladies and gents, the preview is over. To watch the full video, go to canon211.locals.com and become a member, become a supporter, get access to exclusive content, stay in touch with the Canon 211 community. Well, that's it for today. Never give up. Keep on smiling. And memento mori. Cheers.